But what we're going to do today is we're going to build a horse-drawn hearse. So, never built one before. It doesn't look to be too bad. So we're going to give it an attempt. This here is going to be 8 foot long, about 44 inches wide, and probably about 3 foot tall. I want it to be kind of low profile, but it's going to be long, so it's probably going to be almost 14, 16 foot long. So we're just building the back end of it now. But I wanted to show you what we're doing. That's going to be it. So we're going to screw some screws in there, put a piece of plywood on there, put the plywood down, and that'll be our base. Let's get started. And now we just need to figure out how we're going to do our windows. And cut those suckers out. So I got this off the internet. Now this is a real one, I believe. But that's what I'm going for. I want to shoot something like that. Try to build that. So, I don't know. We got our windows marked out, so we're going to cut them. And there she is. I marked these out, the windows out. I'm going to cut these suckers out. Then we're going to build a top for this thing, see what we can do there. Alright guys, I got this off again. I'm going to clean up my mess. Then I'll give you a look of the all around. Show you what we got accomplished today. So hang around. So we got a bunch of stuff done. We got the roof on, we got some supports in. We got the seat on and stuff. I'll bring a sander on and we'll sand some of this stuff down, make it kind of even and pretty and stuff like that. I guess the next thing is I still got a skin underneath this, but next thing is, you know, we're going to weld a metal frame underneath this, just so with this way this is here, the tires are going to sit right here. So I need something to support that. So I think it's going to look pretty good once we get done. If I can get the tires or the wheels and everything right on it, I think it'll look pretty good. Once we get all done, we'll get it painted. We'll get all the trim on it. We'll get it decorated and put the glass in it, and we'll put the curtains in it, and last but not least, we'll put a coffin or a casket in it. You ready to go home again? Tell me. Tell me you ready to go home. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. What are you going around in a circle for? What's up with it? You just going around in a circle. You ready to go home? Okay. Tell them bye-bye. Wave. Wave. Why are you going in a circle? Wave bye-bye. Wave. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Wave. What we're going to do today is I'm going to take a piece of plywood, bring it up about yay high and yay long, and I'm going to mount it to this thing, and I'm going to make a sort of a design in it, and that will help strengthen this part up just a little bit, and plus it's going to be decorative. So I'm just going to freehand something, then I'll cut it out, then I'll just copy it for the other side and do it that way. So let me get started on that. Let me get a piece cut and we'll go from there. So I was trying to find an oval window to put in the back of this. And everything I found was too big. It was bigger than what I wanted. So I'm just gonna mount a scroll on the back of this. We got plenty of glass on the side. You can see from the side. So I think that'd be fair enough. Screw fall down. Yes, sir. Yep. One more. We'll do on this side. Off on that one. Whew. Pain ass. Yeah, all right. So now we can get the casket in here. Should be able to get in there pretty easy now. We got approximately 30 inches there, so I think the casket is about 27 inches wide. I'm not sure, but if not, if we can't get in there, we'll figure it out. We always do. Alright. Get a piece up on that. Yeah. Looks like a 30 color. Get a screw in it, hopefully. That's real low. There's framed out, guys, so I think we should be alright. Might put a screw in at the top there later on. Alright guys, I got these stands here. They were garbage, and I'm going to use them. I'm going to cut this stuff off here, and I'll use this. And if you see on a Hearse, they kind of got this little doodad thing going on there. And I'm going to use those. I got 2 of these, so I can use pretty much a lot of it. So I'm going to whack these things off here and see what it looks like. Hopefully it won't look too bad, but we're going to try and see what it does. These here, probably going to put on the sides right here and go from there. Just try that. Took long enough. Look at that. That's gonna be pretty. Yeah. Let's drill a hole in it. Let's see, we can drill a hole. Gender, hole, screw, There we go. I'll take it and I'll put a grinder on this. I'm just looking to see what it looks like. Just some kind of ornate stuff. And we'll take this thing down here. And we'll cut these off. As you watch me cut those off, you want to. See, it almost looks like a hearse. That's perfect. Like I say, we'll take a grinder and we'll grind all the rough spots up on it. I'm just sticking them on there right now to show you what we're gonna do. And I think something like that would probably look pretty good. Yeah, I think so. Right in the middle. Right that screw hole. I think it'll look pretty good. One there. One in here. Yeah, look pretty good. 12 inches down, I reckon. So, let's see if I can drill a hole in that. Get a screw in that thing. That might be tricky. There we got 2 of them. We got an extra piece of steel if we need it. Never throw your metal away. Never know. We also have this too, guys. We can take this off, cut it off somewhere, and put it somewhere. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and play with that for a while. Alright guys, it's the end of the day. I'm going to go home. I'm going to look up some colors, see what colors I can paint this. Black or white, or black and white, or purple, red, orange. I don't know yet. I'm going to go look, see if there's different colors. See if something stands out that I like. I'm going to show you around, show you what I got accomplished today. And overall, it turned out pretty good. I've had It's been a pain in the hind end today, but. Okay, so what we got this on today. It kind of looks like a sled, but I wanted something a little different. And we cut these out of some kind of easels and put those on the side. And same thing with that one. All that stuff come from a couple of easels. We put some trim on. And I still got to finish that up. I still got to finish this trim. And since my last name is Springston, put me some S's on there. Kind of looks like the S in a hearse anyway. I still got 2 more to put on the other side. There's that. And of course, I did the back. Got that on there. Cut the door out. Got the hinges on. Got the big skull on the back and the door handle. We just got to figure out how to latch it and stuff like that. So I think it looks pretty good. I don't know if you can see it back here or not. But there it is. So there you go, guys. There's the overall look of it. We'll be starting some fabrication on the frame before too long. But there it is. All right, guys, there you go. That's about the right height where I'd be wanting it to set at. Because I don't want this. Well, that might be all right too. So what I'll do is I'll build a little stabilizer 2x6 or something underneath there where I can run an axle through to help hold it up a little bit. So it'll probably set up probably somewhere in there, and probably about, I don't know, 6-8 inches away from the cart itself. Now that's how you do it, guys. Find the simplest way. I'm gonna back up and talk to you. I'm gonna put you on charge anyway. So there it is, guys. There's the wheel. Took me a couple minutes to figure out the measurements and how to cut it and all that stuff, how to measure everything. So I did a simple thing. I cut this thing out and I screwed it right in the very center, and I just turned it around every 6 1/4 inches and marked it out. Now that was the simplest way I can think of to make this wheel. If there's a simpler way, please let me know. Now once you got the first one done, we're going to take this, we're going to lay it on top of that one, then we can cut that one out. We can just trace and cut that one out. So the first one's going to be your hardest one to do, but once you get it on there, yeah, I think you'll be fine. And the reason we're going to double up is I want a thick wheel, because this is going to be heavy. And once I get the axle and everything kind of figured out, I'll probably put some metal around it. Maybe a couple pieces of metal up through here. I'm not sure yet, just to kind of give it that much more steady structure. So, but there you go, guys. There's the wheel. We'll go ahead and do a couple more, and we'll glue these together and whatnot. See what happens. You again. We're not done. We got a mess to clean. Look, we got all that mess to clean up. We just can't go. We got to clean. Anyway, guys, right there's the wheels. As you can tell, I cut 2 of them. I got cut 2 more for the back. So it's 1 piece of plywood for 1 wheel. So it's a 4x8. And the reason why you want to do that is to make them a thick piece, because this ain't gonna last outside very long. So from the picture, it looks like it's right at the back. So it's not going close. Okay. So that's about right there. We'll station that on the hearse. So there it is, guys. There's the back wheel. Like I said, 2 of them will go on one side. Then we're gonna have a smaller wheel on the front here, so I have to figure out how to beef this down to accommodate the wheel. I think I got an idea. We're gonna try it anyway, but there it is. But there's Zoe. She's the new undertaker. So she will be your host for today. You ready, ain't you? We don't need no horses. All we need is 10 chihuahuas. We get 10 chihuahuas to pull this rig, won't we? You gonna be the lead master? Huh? Are you gonna be the lead puller? Tell me. You gonna be the lead dog, ain't you? Huh? She the head dog. to attempt to airbrush or use an air gun to paint the inside of this and see how that works. This is kind of a thicker paint than I'm used to, but we'll see what happens. Might have to use some
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. Make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Yeah, alrighty. So we got these all cleaned off. To be honest with you, I was going to paint these silver. But if you see that copper in there, boy, that stuff is pretty. I might might sand on it a little bit, see if some more copper will come through. If not, I'll get some copper paint and paint mine copper. Which I think that's what I'm gonna do anyway. If nothing else, I'll get some copper. Yeah, it's just gonna go silver. I'll get some copper and brush that. So what I'm doing now, guys, is just putting some glue on this wheel. Then we will glue them together and clamp. So anyway, guys, what I'm gonna do is I got some copper, and I'm gonna lightly brush copper on top of this, and the rest of my stuff I'm doing in copper, my trim. So I think it should look all right. I'm hoping so anyway. And that just makes it stand out just a little bit. So you got a little bit of copper highlights, and it won't look so flat black. It'll give it some kind of little pizzazz. I definitely gotta start taking some stuff and put it in storage. I'm running out of space over here very, very quick. So now, what we'll do is, these screws are green, and I'll put it here. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of copper on them so they don't look so bad. Hopefully. All right, then we can put some more other trim on. So I got the axles and stuff today, guys, so we might end up putting an axle together. Let's see if you can see me over here. So I got a 1-inch pipe. I figure 1 inch is going to be thick enough to bear the weight, because I still got to put a casket and stuff in here. So the ones I've been seeing online that other people's building, doesn't look like it's very long for a casket, so I'm not sure if mine's long enough or if it's too long. I'm not sure how people's doing theirs, but mine's a little bit long. So I got the trim, so I need to cut this out, put it up, paint it and stuff. We might paint it black, then we might dry brush some copper on that as well. Just kind of give it some pizzazz. So let's do this. Let's do some copper highlights. See what it looks like. And This really isn't ideal for dry brushing, but we're gonna try it right here. Let's see what it does. Like I said, this isn't ideal paint for dry brush, but we'll put a little bit in there. See what she does. Give me a little lights in there. Just some little highlights, it's all good. Let me see if you can see that. So that gives it a little bit of a highlight, guys, right there. Depends on which way you look at it in the light. That's how you see it. So we'll do the other side as well. Like I said, this is an ideal airbrush paint, but we can make it work. Especially with no brush. This stuff dries super fast. Let's see, hit a little bit more over here. So with this paint, guys, you gotta work fast. I think that'll be fine. So we'll do that back end too. All right, guys, there's the highlights on everything, except for the skull in front. I'm just gonna leave him coffee. He's almost copper colored anyway, just from the coffee stain. That thing came out beautiful. I'll give you a closer shot up of that here in a while. But that's it right there, guys. That's the copper dry brush on stuff. And that just makes it pop just a little bit more. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring the wood in. We'll cut this down and get this skinned and painted so we can get that out of the way. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna use a piece of this Luan. It's real thin and smooth, and that's what I need to cover up that top end there, just because it's so pieced together, it looks like crap. So we're gonna cut a piece of this and put in there. So anyway, guys, what I'm doing, since my roof is rounded, I'm going to cut some of these at an angle. Now, I'm not sure what angle that is. That's a way over 45, way over 50. So what I need to do is cut those, and I'm going to stick these on the ends. So I have some kind of decorative at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some more of these, and we'll tack them on there and put our pinwheels on there. So I got 2 of them. We'll just glue them and tack them up there. Then we'll stick our thing in there. Trying to screw. And once we get these on, guys, we'll paint them black as well. And we'll also copper dry brush them. See anything I'm doing up here, so let me take you off here. Let's see if you can see this. You can see that, hopefully. Okay. Stick her on there like that. And what this is, guys, this is just making me a level spot so this will stay up straight, because if I put it on there, it'll be way crooked. So we want it to look straight, so we'll go like this. Put it here on the end somewhere. Like that. Right, like that. We should do. I'm not gonna glue that down in case we need to take it off to put it in and out of garage or something. I hope y'all saw that. So now we'll do the other side. So there you go, guys. We did a little bit more copper Now this metal is solid and it is heavy. It came off of a table. You all see me cut it. So I cut it off an old table, and I thought it was just perfect for this kind of a, you see a lot of hearses, horse-drawn hearses that's kind of ornate. So I figured this would be perfect. That's what it looks like. So I wanted to share that. And that's down the inside, the sides of my hearse. Same way back here. Come on both sides. And oh, man, that's dirty. There's on the side of the buggy. And I put those on there on all four corners. So we got copper trim around it. If you come in front of the buggy, I put a skull on there. Now I didn't do no copper on him just because he almost is copper collared, that coffee collar. But we put copper dry brush around on the sides, as you can tell. And we're gonna come back in and we're gonna do those there in a few minutes as soon as they dry a little bit more. But there's the rest of the side. Dry brushed all that. I think it looks pretty good. Dry brushed that. Might be kind of hard to see. So what I'm trying to do, guys, is I need to make a flange for my wheel so it doesn't let it slide any in and back and forth. And the best way I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out of this, and I'm going to weld it onto the axle itself. And that way, because the axle is not supposed to turn, the wheel is. And I want it to be nice and tight, so that's what we're going to try to shoot for. All right, guys, I got you down underneath here. Just ignore all the table stuff because it's kind of deceiving of what's underneath here. But here's what we're doing. I'm gonna weld this plate on here, and what that plate's gonna do is keep that from going back and forth, the wheel back and forth. See, because that'll keep the wheel back and forth, but I need to keep this from going back and forth. Don't we? Yeah. So, what we need to do now is take the wheel off, all that off, take the axle back out, put that all the way over here. So let's do that. So it's a lot of figuring out, guys. It's not easy to try to make sure your axles and everything doesn't go haywire on you. And everything's in your way here. So that's gonna be what's a pain in the ass. So right there we go. Like I said, this will go on like this. Don't have to be perfect. Basically what all this stuff is why it's so long, is the wheels will actually turns. And if you look at a lot of the movies, these wheels aren't the stablest. You see them going back and forth in these old movies and stuff. So keep that in mind. So what we'll do is we'll weld this plate here, and that'll keep this axle from going in and out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. We'll weld another plate on the inside, and that'll keep it from shifting back and forth and all that goody stuff. All right, let's weld her up. Zoe's gonna watch me, make sure I get it right. And so alright, that should be good enough. And see guys, that'll keep the axle from sliding back and forth, so we need to do one on this side too. Once we do on this side, it's not going to go either way. So anyway, we got. Alright, there you go guys. Now this keeps this from going anywhere. So we'll have to do another one out here for the wheel. So you'll have a total of 4. And we'll drill some holes in this or something to keep this axle steady. So you're done. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. But that's how I'm doing it. I'm not sure if that's exactly how you're supposed to do it, but you know, I did wooden braces. I just did a wooden thing down, cut them, wooden braced it. So this here will keep it from sliding, the axle sliding out. I might have to come in here and put a brace. Yeah, maybe not. The whole thing. So I might have to put a brace from here to here to here. And I'll put a piece of 2x6 across this and put a brace up and a brace up, and that'll keep these things here from wobbling in and out, or wobbling side to side and collapsing on itself. But this thing is a monster. She's pretty heavy. She's heavier than I expected. This ain't a one-man let it go. I'm gonna have a heck of a time getting it off this table. I'd have me 4 or 5 guys probably come and pick this thing up and pull the table out. So it's gonna be interesting, but it's gonna be fun. So I hope them wheels hold up. If not, we'll add another layer or something on it. All right, guys, what I'm doing, I know I haven't got too far in depth with that back axle, so I had to put one of these plates here on the back side on each side. And the reason I did that is so your axle don't go back and forth. Well, this plate here is for the wheel, so the wheel doesn't go back and forth, because you don't want that wheel hitting up here or underneath or breaking off or anything like that. So you want something smooth that your wheel's gonna set against. Once we get the wheel on here, then we'll put something else out here. I haven't decided what to do out here yet, but I know that I haven't got to talk much about the axles and stuff like that on this yet, because I'm still trying to figure it out myself. Now I'm out of welding gas. I can still weld a little bit, so it's just gonna be ugly. But I'm gonna tack this on there so we'll have it on there. I'm gonna try to tack it on there. So without welding gas, your weld sucks. It spits and sputters, it looks bad, it doesn't stick as good. So, but it'll be on there for whenever I go to weld it on there permanently when I get gas. So normally what I do is I don't put a whole lot of weld on the front because it's going to wear out your wheel, but in this case it'll be fine. There we go for now. And once I get the gas, we'll re-weld this up. This is just gas pipe. It's a 1-inch gas pipe. These are, I think, shoot, I can't remember, maybe a 1/4 of an inch plate steel. You don't need them that heavy. I just had them on hand. And the back's back here because your axle's not supposed to move. So I'll put screws in the backs. I got holes here, so I'll put screws in the back. Or bolts to hold this to this. I'll also put, let me see if I can show you a little better here, underneath here. Okay guys, ignore this here. This is the table leg that this whole contraption's sitting on. So what I got here is just a screw in this hole. I'm gonna put some bolts in there, and that'll hold this axle still. And the same way over here. As I'll bolt this axle to the wood, and that'll just, help sturdied everything up. But there you go, guys. That's how I got it mounted. See how much movement you have in that axle, and you don't want that because you want the wheels to roll. You don't want the axle to roll, in my opinion. I mean, if you want your axle to roll, that's fine, but that's just me. But I'll put some bolts in that to keep the axle still, and that'll also keep the sway of this back and forth where it's not so detrimental. And another thing is too, guys, if you look on the wheels, now this is a bad example because this is just a nasty wheel, but you'll know they got long things on there. That's what your axle rides in. And the same here, I only got one on this side and two on the other. That's all the room I really had to do. So I think it's not really going to be drivable or anything like that. I just want to be able to move it from storage to where it's going. So there we go. So you see, once we get this out here, I gotta find some kind of carter system that holds this wheel on, or holds the plate on, whatever I'm putting on there. Same way with the other side. And we'll get these wheels painted, get these screws knocked off out of the wheel. And but there you go, guys. That's how you're gonna do it. And I think there's I can get an 8 1/4. Shoot, I can't remember what it's called, but I'll look for something tomorrow and I'll show you what it is, what I'm talking about. But just stick it on there. Then I'm thinking about drilling a hole or two down in the pipe itself and making a wedge shaped piece of metal where I can stick in there and I can tighten that wedge up against this wheel, however, or the metal, however tight I want to do that. I'm not sure yet. I've never made it my first go around. So you guys might have an easier way than I do. It's just a way I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Or I can just weld it on. It doesn't matter. I can always cut the welds off and, you know, put something else on there. I just hate to do that in case I have to put a new tire on it, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, there it is. So what I'm doing, guys, I'm cutting plexiglass for the windows in the Hearse. I got enough to do one side. I had to get another piece for the other side. This stuff is like 138 bucks without tax. So. All right, so what I'm doing is putting this piece of plexiglass in here. And how I'm gonna do it is I'm using Landscape 500, whatever it is. That's just because I had it. And when you put it on, it squishes real easy and it creates a suction. But if you can, I would use pure silicone. But this is what I have on hand. Use what you get on hand. This is what I'm going to use. So we're going to give her a shot here anyway. in there, guys. So we'll need a day. We'll let this dry, and then we'll just take that out of there. Not we'll smear that stuff everywhere. There it is. She's in there, and we'll go back and, you know, if it's anything on the outside that you see, we'll touch it up with a little bit of black paint. Also, I might take some what is that? That window frost, and I might just go around and hit a little bit of window frost on it, on the edges, just to help cover up the nasty. And but there it is, guys. There's the window. Still gotta get the latch on that. There's the window on one side. I gotta get the stuff on the other. Get another sheet put on the other side. And man, we'd be straight. All right, guys, welcome back. We got something a little different today. What we're gonna make, I'm gonna show you. What I'm doing is I got some long pillowcases, some real long ones. And I'm going to fold the ends over. Yeah, I need to get me a pair of scissors out here. And I'm gonna sew these suckers up at the ends like this. I'm gonna fold them over and sew them. That way I can put a curtain rod or a piece of string or something like that in it. And this will give me curtains for the hearse, the horse-drawn hearse that we're doing. So it's been a while since I did any sewing, so I'll probably screw some of that up. But I'm gonna sit here and let you watch me do some sewing. So I've got two long ones, and the rest of them I'll have to make. So I need 4 total of the short windows, and I'll need 2 long ones. The 2 long ones are gonna be a little different, so it shouldn't be too bad. And the curtains, the windows are 14.5 inches. And I'm making these right at, that way I can put just a little bit of a crinkle in them. These are about 19.5 inches. They're about 19.5 inches wide. So they don't have to be perfect. You're not gonna see where I sewed it up at the top anyway, hopefully. So I'm gonna let you all watch me do a little bit of sewing. Hopefully I can get you set up there where you can see, and we'll go from there. Here's what we got, guys. We got a long pillowcase. I'm gonna measure that before we get started so I can get my other ones measured out. So these are 40 inches long. So what I'm gonna do is I like this end already where it's cut, or it's already sewn on. So what I'm doing is I'm just sewing on a couple inches at the top, and that way I still have the length I need. I got plenty of length. So let's get started. So these don't have to be perfect because we want them kind of rough looking anyway. Back it up just a little bit because I've got it off kilter. Alright, so there we have it, guys. Now we can put a dowel rod, or in my case, I'm putting a piece of burlap string in there and holding it tight. I think it'll be fine. As you can see where I sewed it. It's not the best. It's been a while since I did any sewing. Anyway, there's 2 of them. So I need 2 more, and I need them 40 by, what did I say it was? 40 by 20 would be good. And what we'll do, once we get these sewed and everything ready to rock and roll, we will put these in like a tea bath or coffee bath to get them toned down. So they're really white cotton, so I don't want solid white. I want them a little cruppy looking. So I got some more sheets here. I can use sheets. I don't think I have any more pillowcases. So what I'll do is I'll cut a piece of this sheet down and we'll make our own pillowcase per se. Let's see what we got here on this. Like I said, guys, it's been a while since I did any sewing, so it might take me a minute to get kind of hang of it again a little bit. So we're at 36 inches. I don't need it 36. Let's go ahead and, what did I say this was? 1919. Is that 19 or 20? Let's see what I have here. So I can just fold it in half. So I got 19 inches. So 1919 is 18. So if I was going to get really fancy in my horse-drawn hearse, I would do it a whole lot different. I would take my time with it and everything like that. I would sew it a little different. I would do a little bit different ways. I mean, there's 100 ways you can sew stuff. So, like I said, I'm not that great at it. I'm not good at it. I can do it, barely, but don't get discouraged, guys. If I can do this kind of stuff, I know you can. You guys can probably do it better than I can. But anyway, there's our curtain. So now all 4 of these curtains are done. So now these will be ready for the tea stain or coffee stain, however I'm going to do it. And now I got to make 54-inch ones. With the 54-inch ones, I'll probably make them. I'm probably gonna make a different design. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that. I kind of don't want the curtains to go all the way down, split in the middle and down, which it might not look bad that way, but I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do that. The ones I saw is kind of rounded in the middle and it goes up like that to the edge. It wasn't even a full curtain, it was just a piece of a curtain. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do those curtains, and we'll sew them suckers up, and I'll show you how I do that. So let me try to get some kind of little design in my head, and I'll be right back and we'll do some more sewing. So here's what I got, guys. I've got approximately 102-inch sheet. So I'm probably gonna just make 2 out of this. That way I can scrunch it up at the top. So I'll make it 51 inches. That should give me a right at 102. And this don't have to be perfect. Now this will both of these will be one curtain on one side, so I'll do another one. Then we'll just fold it over so it will make it simple, and we'll go that way. All right, so I got it cut in half, and what we're going to do, we're just going to fold this part up here in half. Wait a minute, that's already good. That's already. Look, guys, I don't even have to do nothing with it. Look, that's awesome. All right. Well, I don't have to sew no more. Let's see, let's double check this one to make sure we didn't just screw up. I don't think we did, but double check it. No, it's still in good shape. Okay. So now, these 2 are for the big windows I got in the hearse, and it's 54 inches. So these are cut at 51 inches each one. Okay, how I'm going to do that is because I wanted them scrunched up, because I want to make sure I had an extra material to scrunch up. So it'll be 2 curtains per side, and it'll go down like that, if you understand. But I will do a little video of that whenever I go to install it and everything, to show you how I'm going to do that. But I wanted to show you how I'm going to simple sewing job, because that's the only thing I can do is sew crooked lines. And so we got 2 of these. We have, okay, this right here is one side. this is one side. So now I got these two. These are for the small windows. And now we need to make, hey kitty, we need to make 2 more big curtains. So hopefully I got enough material to do that. So let's get started on that. What you got to say for yourself? Huh? What you doing? Do you want a mouse? No, or not. Alright guys, these are the same way. I don't have to do no sewing to them. So there you go guys, we got for each side now. So we're ready to put those in. But I'll show you that on the next video. We'll put those in, we'll get them cut down to size, get them put up, and then we'll go over all, because the hearse is almost ready. I've only got a few things to do to it, and this is kind of one of the end things. All the glass is in it and everything, so this is it. And this is what I used. Used my little Singer fashion made. Nothing spectacular, but it works. So there you go guys, that's how I'm doing my curtains. Now if you're more advanced sewer than I am, you can go crazy on making these curtains. I'm just gonna make some old crappy looking ones. I'm gonna put a early, probably about a 1920s coffin in the back. So these here, they're pretty much just 100% cotton. So these will, over a period of time, will rot real good to start shattering and stuff. So they'll look pretty good once they're shattered and ripped and torn and all that stuff. It'll look real good in there. I know it's a little bit different than building props with, you know, wood and hammers and screws and drills and saws and stuff like that. So it's probably gonna be a little weird seeing a man using a sewing machine. But there you go. I'm surprised I remember how to use it.
I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on the tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine. Got a fine little body and her mind's kinda naughty. They say that once you taste it, you cannot replace it. She could get you high, all the dopamine inside triggers fast once she's naked. Her body's a creation. They say the devil made her for his entertainment, but even he couldn't learn how to contain it. Her high heels make a damn good statement. There is no replacement, a body by Satan. Cause she got a bad little waist, and we tearing down this place. Off the liquor that we chase, got some egos to the face. Baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on a tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
So we went and loaded up the hearse and the horse today, and got something to eat. And as we was riding around, people were stopping at freaking green lights, asking us to take pictures of our horse and everything. It's been unreal, the response of the public, how they'll stop and just stare or take pictures and stuff like that. Roll down their windows, holler at us and stuff like that. So it's been pretty cool. I'm glad folks like it, and can't wait till we get it off the trailer, get it staged, and hopefully people will enjoy it as they drive by.